introduction once he knows what the council wants to do.
Dickinson is opposite the alleyway, correct?
Dickinson is
That's the
comes
main
out
entrance into the apartment
into
complex.
the apartments, right?
But opposite that is the alleyway.
I believe there's an alleyway there. Yeah, be the alley between
Colgate
and Amherst. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why 50 feet either direction of that intersection wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I'd like the chance to go out and take a look at it before the next meeting, but, because Jason's map doesn't account for the alleyway or
Yeah, just Amherst and Colgate, that's it. That's all you're getting.
So we're saying we want to just...
You're roughly
table and
45
take a
feet
look at it?
here, right here, in this distance.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, I have a general idea of what
I know you know the numbers, but just to give you a feel what the numbers are, you're looking at roughly 45 feet in this room here by counting 2-foot ceiling.
Yeah, the line of sight that makes sense to me is to focus it from the entrance to the property across the street, and then say directly across from that X number of feet to the left, X number of feet to the right, because that's the vantage point that the people are coming in and out of, notwithstanding where the alley is.
Okay.
To be safe, I think we should hold off to give...
Right, I have no problem with being listed, but I just like to...
Yeah,
We'll give you something that is a little more restrictive, less restrictive on the parking in that area, and we'll even evaluate to see how many parking spots would be left on that road to give you an idea, what this would actually impact and what it takes away.
Maybe you can give us a copy of the tax map in that area with the ordinance.
We'll have we'll get a printout of the GIS.
The other thing is that handicap.
Yeah, we got to look into that handicap, because if that's approved on that side,
You can't,
that could be a problem.
So you'll get us that information?
We'll have that for you at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Engineers report. Are there any questions?
Nope.
The bill list dated July 8th, 2016. Is there a motion to approve the bill list?
I move to approve the bill list except for all items listed under the fire department, beginning on page 6 and ending on page 7. Or 8. 7.
Page 7.
Yes.
Is there a
Second.
Okay. Sunshine?
Mr. Cartier?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Tompkins?
Yes.
Ms. Trueblood? Yes. Mr. Allen?
Yes. Solicitor, your report, please.
Does there need to be a vote on the fire department if Ken did the vote of everything but the fire department?
I voted for everything but the fire
You
department.
voted for everything.
I made the motion for everything but the fire department.
Right, so does there need to be a motion for the fire department? That's what I was saying.
We haven't. We've done it.
That's why we keep you around,
Should there be a motion?
Well, it seems as if the motion that was introduced was a motion to vote for everything except the fire department.
Of which I abstain on. How's that?
Okay. So it's
Ken-
5-0 on it's 5-0 on everything that's not the fire department. It's 4-0
and 1
on the fire department.
Yep. And Ken's abstaining from that.
Got it. Thank you.
Can we have your report?
You can have my report. I have no report. Thank you.
Administration?
Just a couple things. The road, our road program is still moving along. We finished up Ridgeview that we were working on. I believe I was reporting the last meeting, and we went out to Burrs Mill and did a large section of Burrs Mill. I believe we're either at or very close to last year's entire paving program in lineal foot. So we're moving along very well. We have stalled the program momentarily, only because we have other operational things that have to be tended to. And part of that is the water carnival that's coming up a week from Saturday. Don't forget, come on out. Make sure you come out and say hello to some of our residents, see what we're providing through our recreation, watch all of our emergency service personnel do the fine job that they do in protecting us at this event. And excuse me, and the fabulous fireworks that we have. They are great. You can't beat that. So they are preparing for that, and we also have a part of that crew is up working at the Bayberry Park on the county grant that we got. We're renovating that park, so they've been up there removing the old hockey ring, the basketball court, and so forth. And then once that's done, we'll start reconstructing that. We're putting a bid out for the floating dock, which was part of that grant. Putting the proposals out we're getting proposals for the equipment, the playground equipment. So that project is moving along, and we hope to see that really progressing shortly. But other than that, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, unless you have any questions.
Doesn't sound like it.
Nope,
All right.
no questions for you today.
What? I'll save them for council questions.
Go ahead.
Council comments.
2 questions for you. We had talked a couple months ago, and we're coming up close to the St. Anne's Carnival again, and I was asking about handicap access into that field, and we were delaying with the possibility of us acquiring that field.
Yes. We are, actually, they should have already addressed it at their meeting. The county was having their freeholder meeting tonight. That was, they were supposed to agree to the transfer of the property tonight, and, they've tentatively agreed in the agreement that we have signed with them, which is 10 years old, but they assured me that they were going to do this, although we did hear from another county individual that it may be delayed till the next meeting later in the month. But I was assured that they are going forward with this transfer of the property. I don't suspect it will happen before the carnival. We will make accommodations to be able to pull handicapped vehicles up into the field itself, to come around past our fuel facility and come up into that area. And when we talked about this before, that was the thought that went through my head, that we bring them up into the field, and then we could put X amount of handicap spots up in the field, so you're getting out on ground level with the activities. So.
And one more question about the field. All the cars in the back. Are we having plans to get rid of all those cars?
We are. We discussed that last week, actually. We generally keep them for parts for other vehicles. We just took a mirror off of one. We lost the mirror on a vehicle, and we had to replace, so we take it off of that. But we're getting to the point where we're getting too many cars, too many parts. We don't need them all, and we're evaluating. And they also like to keep sometimes till scrap price goes up, but it's not really going up that much in the last couple of years. So we discussed start moving them out of there and getting rid of some of those vehicles.
All my questions.
Council comments? Jack, would you like to?
That was actually it.
Okay. Ms. Jackson?
Do you have any intentions on addressing the chief?
No.
Okay.
Ms. Jackson?
My mind went blank. I'm so
Sorry, I didn't mean to
guys.
interrupt your train of thought there.
You know I'm getting older, Ken.
Hence the old lady sweater.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. Thank the council, except Ken, no. Thank the council for all their thoughts and stuff tonight. I have to say, I'm a little taken back that you don't have any comments tonight, Jack, off of what our chief said, but That is your right. So with that, I have nothing.
Mr. Cartier?
Well, I do have something to say, and I'm sorry, Chief, but probably don't want me to say this, but I'm going to. As a council member, I found it appalling that another council member decided to attempt to throw their weight around in their position to gain access to a dangerous situation. It's just not anything I would ever consider doing. I can't believe you tried to do that.
Allegedly. I never said I
Exactly.
did
That's why I
that.
asked if you wanted to address it.
I never said I did that. I'm not
You
going to
didn't
debate
deny it
and
either.
discuss this,
You
okay?
didn't deny it either.
I'm not going to debate this.
Okay. Council. This council has the authority to censure council members. And I think this is an appropriate situation to do this.
To do what? I'm sorry. what
To
is that?
censure him. In other words, giving him a written reprimand that goes on file with the state for his actions. This council-
Alleged
Okay,
actions.
maybe. You'll have your opportunity to defend it later if you like. This council has done it before, so it's not unknown to this council. But I'd like this council to consider this.
Now, what actually takes place when that's done, Ken? Because I've never heard yet. You say he gets his opportunity.
Dave, can you explain it a little bit better than I
Sure.
can, please?
It happened once before with a former council person. In that scenario, there was a resolution adopted by council to formally censure that former council person for their actions, which were felt to be unbecoming to a council person. And it was a written censure which was formally adopted by the council, with the person being censured, I think, not voting, obviously. And it was certainly placed in their file. I don't know what, if anything, happens to it beyond that, but certainly any legislative body, including U.S. Senate, House of Representatives, this council has a right to censure and to express its displeasure and ask for actions. I mean, obviously, you're all elected officials and you all have powers from that, but the council as a body has a right to censure those that they feel are not living up to the council's expectations and standards. And the time that it happened before, as I said, it was a formal resolution, which was then voted upon.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I'd like this council to consider that option. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Cartier.
Thank
Mr. Trueblood?
Thank you for coming out, and I'm looking forward to a good turnout on July 23rd for the carnival.
Thank you. I have no comments this evening, aside from, I hope everyone is enjoying their summer. Hate to be Debbie Downer, but the cold stuff is just around the corner, so make sure you're enjoying your summer.
Downers. Jeez.
And I don't really,
You don't like the cold?
I don't
No.
Either.
Leave it.
That being said, motion to adjourn.
So moved.